Excuse me. Questions for Coach?
Coach, you're obviously more proficient in the zone tonight than you were against Pine Bluff. What do you think made the difference?
I really was pleased with our ball movement, and obviously having Evan shoot the basketball the way he did made a big difference for us. Carrick continues to play outstanding basketball. I just thought offensively, for the most part, we were really in good rhythm tonight. We shared the ball, we moved the ball, and we made shots. And, sometimes it's as simple as that. When the ball's going in the basket, everything seems better. But it was great to see Evan have a performance like he did tonight. And, Carrick continues to just play outstanding basketball on both ends of the floor. He had to guard Dixon for most of the night down the other end. He was on the glass, and was 9 for 13 from the field. Just had a terrific game. So a good win for our team. Our guys were very aware that our opponent had already won in our league on the road, and they're an outstanding shooting team. And so we were really concerned about defending them from behind the arc.
You were upset after the Arkansas Pine Bluff game. Did you feel that there was some sense of urgency after the performance last time?
I always have a sense of urgency.
I mean the players, that is.
I don't think our players, were really on one side or the other, to be honest, before, after. Those guys have been pretty good about going through their business, and I think they understand. We've talked about being ready to play every night, and we came out and we were ready to play on Wednesday night. We just didn't play as well.
You took some charges, you got some offensive rebounds. What do you think about just the effort plays?
Yeah, I thought our guys played with great energy, and I thought everybody contributed in that area, but right now as the game kind of rewinds in my mind, it seemed like Carrick and Eric Jacobson both came up with their fair share of balls. And that's an area that quite frankly, we haven't been good at for a long time. And so it was good to see those guys come up with those kind of plays to give us some extra possessions.
We came out with a big lead in the first half, and it's important to avoid a lull in the second half. What do you say to your team against a good shooting team like Sac State at halftime?
I mean, we always, try to play the next possession. We are always reminding ourselves of key spurts and trying to put together 40 minutes. Given the fact basketball is a game of runs, you saw it here even tonight. I mean, we came out of the halftime and stretched the lead, I think, to 20, and the next time you looked up, it was 10 with a chance to go to 8. And it was just a matter of what seemed like a few possessions. And, that's the nature of our sport, and you got to be aware of that at all times, and being able to play the next possession regardless of score is really important.
Coach, it seems like the team really came out defensive-minded. You held them to 20% from the arc in the first half and 34%. It seems like they were just really locked in to not put this game in jeopardy.
Yeah, I thought, for much of the second half, our defense wasn't up to standard. They scored at the first media timeout, they had already scored 15 points. And at one point, well into the second half, they were shooting 57% from the field. And it just seemed like even though we were scoring, we were having a hard time getting any gap because our defense wasn't what it needed to be. I thought we got beat off the dribble. We got too spread out. And, to their credit, they're a good shooting team and they made us pay. And they also made a couple of tough twos, a couple of teardrops, to their credit. They have very good guards, and Dixon is a hard cover.
You anticipated it, but did you react in any kind of way to them having basically a 5-guard lineup?
Yeah, it seems like early on in the non-conference, we're facing some measure of that. And Eric Jacobson did a really good job of covering out the floor. For a young, big guy, he really moves his feet well. He has an extremely high basketball IQ. But yeah, they really tried to, force the matchup game by playing 5 perimeter players, 5 guards. Seeing, obviously, if if the ball went inside down the other end, they were going to trap the post, and they were going to make our bigs try to run around and see if we could guard their shooters.